Hi! In today's video I'm going to tell you how I managed to break the ice in my new profession as a tour guide. If you watched the previous video, then you know that the first 2 weeks after I quit my job were not exactly heaven on earth or milk and honey. And to give you an idea about the context I was dealing with, my family was not exactly happy about the decision I had made, the decision to quit my job. So they say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and now let me explain. Everybody was trying to convince me to look for a new job and to find something else to do. And I was not interested because I had a plan and I knew that things were going to work for me eventually. So the context was not exactly the happiest. As I told you in my previous video, I went to different hotels and I tried to promote what I was doing, and I was trying to find customers, foreigners. But obviously for me it became really clear that the hotels would not be interested in working with me. So what to do? I decided to focus on a different market. So I thought about offering tours to Romanians. But the biggest mistake that I did was that I had no idea who my clients were going to be. I didn't know anything about the Romanian client. I didn't know how to approach the client. I was being very naive. So the first thing that I did was I tried to take advantage of Facebook. When I say taking advantage, I mean that I tried to do some tours and promote them on Facebook. I didn't know much about how Facebook worked back then. Not that I know too much now, but I decided to give it a shot. So I did a few tours, multi-day tours. I think I did tour 3, and I posted them on Facebook. And to my surprise, I think after half an hour or 1 hour, I had about 40 or 50 people who were interested. So when I saw that, I thought, wow, I hit the jackpot. So my imagination started to run wild. I thought, oh my god, how am I going to take 50 people to the mountains? Should I rent a minivan or 5 minivans, or maybe I should rent a bus? I was on cloud 9. I was very ecstatic, very happy. So I decided to contact some of the people and ask for more details. And that's what I did. And I realized quickly that those people were not really interested on going on the hike, because some of them were living in Italy, some of them were living in, I don't know, anywhere on this planet basically, but not in Romania. And I asked, well, when will you come to Romania? Because this tour is supposed to take place in August. And so I posted the tour in July, and the tour was supposed to take place in August. And these people told me, well, we'll get to Romania probably in December or maybe next year. So I thought, well, and I asked, why did you say you were interested in the tour? And they said, well, we liked the pictures very much, and we thought, why not? So I realized that actually nobody was interested in going on this tour. And I remember one guy wrote to me and said, your price is very high. And I did a very common mistake because I had no idea how to sell anything, and I didn't know the prices. The mistake that I did was I lowered the price very much. And guess what happened? Nothing. The guy didn't buy anyway. He said something like, well, maybe I will come with my car, maybe I will camp. I don't want to spend much money at the hut, and so on and so on. So nothing happened. Basically, nobody was interested, and the tour didn't happen. So then I decided to focus again on foreigners. But this time I tried to be a little bit smarter. So I thought, okay, there are lots of foreigners in Bucharest, in the capital. Where would they socialize? There must be some sort of a website where they hang out and so on. So just by Googling, I came across Meetup, and I'm sure many of you know Meetup is a website for expats. So I came across Meetup, and I went on Meetup, and I saw there were all kinds of clubs for foreigners. Like there was a club for people who would smoke cigar, a club for people who would I don't know, do knitting and whatever. So I decided to create a club for hikers. Because my idea was, okay, I will meet these people at some point, and maybe they will be interested in what I'm offering, and maybe in this way I could break the ice. So I created a club which was called Try Trekking in Your Shoes. I know the name sounds really silly, but it was actually inspired by a song that I like a lot by Depeche Mode. The song is called Walking in My Shoes. Walking in my shoes, and so I called the group Try Trekking in Your Shoes. Okay, so far so good. After I think maybe 2 days, 3 days, a lot of people signed up. So when I saw that, I thought, wow, it would be very nice to actually meet these people and tell them what I'm doing. So we met at some point in the city center for a beer, and I was expecting to get maybe 15 or 20 people at that meeting, but actually only 3 or 4 showed up. One of them had to leave very early, so I was left with only 3 people. Now, of course, again, what to do? I started to brag because I really wanted to break the ice and I really wanted to make things happen. So they asked me, oh, okay, Dan, this group that you created, this is really cool. So are you thinking about posting some tours at some point? I said, yeah, sure, of course, I know a lot of beautiful things in Romania, I did a lot of hiking and I have a lot of experience and blah, 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 blah. And they said, you know what, it would be interesting to go with you on a tour. And I thought, oh my God, it's happening. And the first foreign person who signed up was a girl from Estonia, Brita. She signed up, and then another lady from Romania signed up too. So the first tour that I did with foreigners took place in September. We went for a weekend in Bucegi Mountains, and the tour went really well. And then Brita just spread the word, and then in November I had another 2 foreigners on tour. This time we went to Ciucaș Mountains, one of my favorite places, and we stayed overnight at the hut. And this time I went with Kitty. Kitty, if you're watching this, hi. With Kitty who's from South Africa originally, and with one of her friends, Dale. And also we had another guest from Romania on that tour, a girl, Cristina. Hi, Cristina. Again, it was one of the best tours ever. We had a lot of fun, and I remember me and Dale, we sang Bohemian Rhapsody many times on that tour, and I remember we laughed a lot. We had a lot of fun. It was a really good tour. So I managed to break the ice in a few months only, basically. And the next year, 2014, turned out to be a really good year for me. But still, I wasn't confident as a guide. I still didn't know how to talk to people, how to react in all kinds of situations. So I had to do a lot of talking to myself at home. I tried to man up many times. I tried to understand how you should talk to customers, because that was, like I told you before, something that I was lacking. That was a skill that I was lacking. And I will tell you how I became more confident in my next video. So until then, cheers.